Yes, viewers, today we'll discuss factorize these expressions. So first of all, we will see if we have two terms, how to factorize. We have a question number one, and in this question we have x squared negative 3x. So in these two terms, x is common. Basically, x square is equal x dot x, means we can write x two times. Anyway, when you take x as common, so we will see what we have left inside. So that is only x, means x power 1 negative 3. That's all. This is the factorized form of question number 1. But few cases you will find out not the straight away, like for example question number 5. In these two terms nothing is common, we have letter, we have numbers. So we will think about the formula of difference of two squares. I hope so you all know that a square minus b square equal a plus b bracket open a minus b. But the thing is that you must have a square numbers. So if you check question number 5, we have x squared negative 16. 16 is a square number which we can write x whole squared negative 4 whole squared. That means we have the form right now exactly the a square minus b square. So we can factorize by writing two times, one time plus x plus 4 and the second time x minus 4. These type of questions we have either the difference of two squares or simply case which I solved in the question number 1. If I hope so you understand. Yes, guys, now we will move on the factorizing quadratic expression with three terms. Before that, we checked in two terms and we applied quadratic. We applied a difference of two squares as well as we just try out to simply what common in two terms. Now we will see if we have three terms which are exactly quadratic form, how to figure it out their answers. Remember that here, one more thing they are going to ask us. For example, they want us the value of a as well. So if you see the question number 1, left hand side is exactly quadratic form, and they made it right side x plus 2, x plus a. So we are looking a equal what? So once you make exactly the right side form in left side, we will come to know what is a. So let's have a look. If you try to simplify the left side of this question, which is x square plus 3x plus 2, I'm doing 1 here, okay? So see here, if we think about our product, first thing it is arranged or not. So we will see that it is arranged from x square, then x, then constant. So multiply first and last. Think in your mind that is your product, which is equal 2x squared, and the middle value we always think about as or consider as sum, so which is 3x. Now think about two numbers. If we multiply, it must be 2x squared, and if you add and subtract, it must be 3x. So 2 multiplied by 1 gives us 2. 2 plus 1, 3. So means if I say 2x plus 1x, that gives me 3x. So now I will write in place of 3x, x squared plus 2x plus 1x plus 2. And see, now we have four terms. What divide into parts? You know, there is a group factorization. So in group factorization, we usually have four terms. Here we have four terms. So divide these four terms in two parts. And if you see the first part, x is common. Yes. So let's take out x as common. So x plus 2. Second part is nothing common. So just take 1 as common. And lastly, we can say that we have x plus 2 and x plus 1. Remember that I solved only the left hand side, and the right hand side we already know that in the question, that is x plus 2 and x plus a. If you compare left hand side with right hand side, you can find out the x plus 2, x plus 2 exactly same. So it means if you think about x plus 1 equal x plus a, this can be possible only if the value of a equal 1. So we find out the value of a as well. I hope so you get it, this method, how we find out the value of a by using factorization concept in three terms. We try one more question related to this find a by using a factorization concept. So see, we try to do one negative case, which is question number 4. And I will try to simplify left hand side first, okay? The left hand side is what? X squared minus 7x plus 10. And first thing, what comes in your mind? Either it is arranged form, yes or no? So yes, it is arranged form. Once it is arranged form, we will straight away think about what the product we have here. So the product always first and last value, okay? Means 10 multiplied by x squared, which gives us 10x square, and some we consider as middle value, so which is negative 7x. Now think about two numbers. If we multiply, it must be 7, and if we add and subtract, it must be if we multiply, it must be 10, and if we add and subtract, it must be minus 7. So basically, these numbers are the factors of the product. Our product is 10. And if you think about the factors of 10, those are 1, 2. The number which are divisible by 10, yes, those are the factors. 1, 2, 5, and 10 itself. So it means we have four numbers. You have to take only two among the from them. If you think about 2 and 5, so see 2 multiplied by 5 gives us 10. And 2 plus 5 gives us 7 as well, but both must be negative so that it would be correct, okay? Like negative 2x, negative 5x. If I add these two, it would be 7, negative 7x. So it works for us. And if you multiply negative into negative, positive. So you can write x squared in place of negative 7x. I would say it is now negative 2x, negative 5x, positive 10. And see, again, we have four terms. So I will divide these four terms into two parts, first and second. And think about what is common in the first part, x. So let's take x as common. So x, negative 2, and what we have common, second part, 5. We always take the highest common factor, okay? 5, and remember that I'm taking negative also common, so inside symbol will change. If it is positive, we will write negative 5 multiplied to 10, and see the whole this expression left hand side. X minus 2, x minus 2 comes 2 time, so we can say that x minus 2, and we have the rest of the things are x negative 5, means negative 5 and x. Now I solved the left part, and right part is already mentioned in the question. It is x minus 5 bracket open x plus a, and see the x minus 5 and x minus 5 are exactly same, so no need to think about those. We just see the rest part, which is x minus 2 is equal x plus a, and think about that. If you compare, this can be equal only if the value of a is negative 2. Yes, so right hand side we have x plus a. So if a is negative 2, then they are exactly equal. So in this way, we can say that we find out the value of a. I hope so you get it, this concept. Yes, we will continue to find out the value of a by using factorization concept, but this time we have one different type of question which has mixed number as well. So see how to find factorized form of this question. So we have 6x squared plus, if I change 4 1 over 2, this is mixed number, so 4 2s are 8 plus 1 9, so 9 over 2 x And remember that 9 over 2 is basically 4.5 plus 2. So I'm trying to solve the left hand side. Either you can say that x squared plus 4.5x plus 2. And again, think in your mind, our product is equal to x squared and sum is equal 4.5x. So we must have two such numbers. If we multiply, it must be 2. And if we add and subtract, it must be 4.5. So if I think about 4 multiply 0.5, that gives me exactly 2. And if you add 4 plus 0.5, that gives us 4.5. So let's see if we write here x squared plus 4x plus 0.5x plus 2. So what we have common here in the first part we have x common, yes. So if we take x common, it would be x plus 4. And second, if I take uh 0.5, do you think so it comes in both? So if I check here, 2 divide 0.5. If we check like that, 2 divide 0.5, that means 2 divide 1 5 over 10 means 2 multiplied by 10 over 5. So 10 to the 25. So I'm getting 4. Okay. If you take 0.5 common, so here you will get 4. I checked here. You can check in calculator. So x plus 4 comes two times, x plus 4, and then inside we have x plus 0.5. So anyhow we found, if you compare x plus 4 bracket open x plus 0.5 with this right side, which is x plus 4 x plus a. So here we have x plus 4 cancel. So x plus 0.5 is equal to x plus a. It means a is exactly 0.5. I hope so you get it how I find out the value of A. Well, yes, we will continue factorization concept in three terms or quadratic forms. Here we have x squared minus 3x plus 2. So if we have x squared minus 3x plus 2, and remember this the last term has positive sign, so we will think about directly. And remember that our product is 2x squared and sum and product value is sum is minus 3. So think about two numbers which we multiply to get 2 and add and subtract to get 3. And remember that here we have negative and here again x negative. Means negative 2 and negative 1 will work. If let me check, negative 2x, negative 1x gives me negative 3x. And if same number we multiply, it gives me exactly plus 2x squared. So it works. So here you can say that directly you can write as well negative 1, negative 2. So we factorize. I hope so. This is more easier. We can try the same concept in one more question. So let's have a look one more. If I clear this one and see if I try 3, let's suppose this one. We have question number 3, which is x squared negative 7x and positive 12. So look again, I'm writing, as we know that the last term has plus sign. So we have x, we have x negative we don't know and x negative we don't know. So think about, we must have two numbers, such numbers, so we multiply to get 12, and if we add and subtract to get negative 7. Which two numbers? If we think about 4 and 3, that work for us. So look, negative 4x, negative 3x gives me negative 7x. And same two numbers, if you multiply, it would be plus 12x squared. So here you can write negative 4, negative 3. It means your last answer is negative 4, x minus negative 4, x minus negative 3. So this is kind of little bit direct way to write the answers. Yes, yes. Now with such type of questions, if we have last sign is negative, so how can we write direct in factorization? And basic idea is same. So if I try the question number one, which is x squared, which is x squared plus x negative 6, and think about that, they say x one sign positive and one sign negative. So we will think about two numbers. If we multiply, it must be 6, and if we add and subtract, it must be plus x. So which number is this? 3 twos are 6, and 3 minus 2 gives us x. Look, if we have plus 3x, negative 2x, that gives me x. And if the same number I multiply, it gives me negative 6x squared. So here you can write positive 3 and negative 2. I hope so you get it. Let's see. Yes, guys, we try one more question from 6 star. So factorize these and notice that the last sign is always negative. So if last sign is negative, how we managed one positive and one negative? I try to solve, let's suppose, question number 6. And they say if the last sign is negative, how can you write direct? So x, one sign positive, and x one sign negative. Okay, and remember that we will think about again the product, which is 75, and the sum is 10, which is middle value. Which two number will help us to bring exactly 75, and if we subtract to get 10? So I'm thinking about 15 and 5. So let me check 15. If I say 15x negative 5x, that gives me exactly 10x. And if you multiply, sure it is 15 multiplied by 5, 75. So we found these two numbers. One is plus 15 and one is negative 5. So we write it direct answer. In this way, you can solve so fast the factorization of three terms which are quadratic form. I hope so you understand.